crisis that has taken tens of thousands of lives already.
And I'm going to pivot now to the broader situation and looking at Ontario. Ryan O'Connor, Ontario is banking on stricter lockdown rules, the province issuing another state of emergency and a stay-at-home order, which left many people confused. Can you weigh in on that and whether you think that's the right move?
I think if the issue is addressing the question of viral spread, I don't know that forcing persons to remain in their homes with 29 different exceptions is really going to address the issue. And at the same time, while we're putting greater impositions on persons' ability to move about in the community, to go about their business, potentially to go to work, we're really restricting their civil liberties without any sort of potentially any sort of benefit concerning viral spread. Um, Dr. Arruda, who's the chief medical officer of Quebec, recently indicated before Quebec imposed its curfew that there's no there's no hard evidence to suggest that a curfew would be effective, and we can draw the analogy to Ontario that a stay-at-home order with 29 exceptions, it likely wouldn't be effective as well in containing viral spread. And the medical officer of health at the City of Toronto, Dr. Davila, has said the same thing with respect to curfews. So I really don't know that asking persons to remain in their homes, it's a 24/7 curfew with 29 caveats, that it's really going to address the issue that the government wants to, and that's to contain viral spread.
And I know from your Twitter feed, you are offering anybody who has questions or gets in trouble over this or doesn't understand to reach out to you. Can you speak from a legal perspective what some of the issues are when there is confusion in that text?
Well, when there's confusion, it might be applied by authorities. The law might be applied by authorities in an inappropriate way. We don't know how police officers and bylaw officers are going to apply the law. They've been told by the Solicitor General's office that they're not to pull over persons on the road to determine if they're in violation of the stay-at-home order. But they were also told in the same order from the Solicitor General's office that they're to exercise some sort of discretion. So we don't know how this is going to be enforced, and that's problematic for charter rights. It's problematic for equality. We don't know which communities might be targeted. And then there's just broader issues concerning the charter about stay-at-home orders and curfews generally. Canadians and Ontarians' rights have been restricted throughout the pandemic in terms of their ability to see their family, to go and visit their friends, etc. Now curfews in Quebec, stay-at-home orders in Ontario, these are almost the single greatest impositions on civil liberties that we've seen since the October crisis. And government should be in a position to justify that with evidence. And when it can't justify that with evidence, it's likely that any sort of charter challenge against these rules could ultimately be successful.